Hello YouTube, good Sunday to all of you. Thanks for watching this week. Name's Jared Fuller. Joining me off camera, my dad and Amy. So say hello.
Hello.
You can't see them, but they're here. So yeah, obviously I'm going to talk about Radiothon. There's a lot to actually go over with all of you. First of all, I wanted to share some numbers with you, the amounts that we were able to raise between the two radio stations, because we had WIOG and we had Nash 95.1. Pretty impressive numbers. But it all goes to you, the people who called in and made your pledges. And you help make a difference, and every penny that we were able to raise, it stays right at Hurley. And it's very much appreciated. So, can I get a drum roll? Okay. 102.5 WIOG. And these are final tallies as of 6 o'clock Friday evening. 102.5 WIOG raised $57,860.83. Woohoo! And Nash 95.1 FM raised a total of $35,735.83. Woohoo! For a grand total of, and here's the big number, $93,596.66. Woo! Yay! So that's incredible. That is just amazing. Like I said, if it wasn't for all of you, this wouldn't have been possible. And it's one of the reasons that I love going to the radiothons, and I love participating and volunteering my time. It's a reward in itself. So thank you all again so much. And to my two special friends, one lives in Ohio, one lives in New York. They are both cancer moms, moms of cancer warriors. They called in to make pledges, so they contributed to this. So thank you again so much. That's really heartwarming to me. So to get into some details of what was going down on Thursday and Friday, well, Friday, Flint got dumped on with about 7 inches of snow. I had to drive home to Chesaning from Flint, digging and clawing my way out of Flint. It was a challenge, but I made it home safely. As a matter of fact, we're getting snow again today. They're talking another 3 to 6 inches for Flint, I think, was it, or for us?
For us.
So, yeah, we're going to get dumped on again. It's snowing now. Man, this snow is just, it's just unbelievable. We're getting a lot of snow. They say February is usually the time when we get the most snow here in Michigan.
I don't know. We got more the other day.
This is February. I'm saying the month of February as a whole. Yeah, it was quite the adventure. I posted some videos here on my YouTube channel surrounding the Radiothon thing. I was the first one there on both days. I left early. I left at 3 o'clock in the morning, and it takes me about an hour to get from here to Flint. I was there before everybody else, and they all come walking in. Well, good morning, Jared. How long you been here? Oh, about 4. Oh, come on. Why so early in the morning? Well, I wanted to be here. I wanted to make sure I got here and you know, help the kids. And well, Nate and April Rose from 102.5 WIOG, they are really, really nice people. And I think April, actually, no, I don't think I know that April had mentioned my name on the radio. I wasn't expecting that. She says, Jared has been here for the past couple of years, and he's been a wonderful volunteer and a participant in helping us raise money for Hurley Children's Hospital. I wasn't expecting that. So, April, Nate, if you guys are watching, thank you again for having me there. And of course, I have this itinerary. I read it off in a video I did yesterday. I recorded it from my van. But there actually were quite a few people that I thanked, and I'll thank them again because I think they deserve all the thanks they can get. So this is the same list from yesterday's thank you video that I posted. Tim and Steven from Nash 95.1, really nice guys. Miss Midland, I got a pic with Miss Midland. You know, as a matter of fact, I'll have some pictures at the end of this video so you guys can check them out. Of course, Nate, April, Bob, and Mackenzie from 102.5 WIOG. Amanda from Cumulus Radio. Amanda is originally from England.
Oh, cool.
And she's got one of the most beautiful British accents. I love listening to her.
Like Aunt Doreen.
Yeah, just like Aunt Doreen. She was just, she's a very nice lady. And I want to thank, of course, Linda Tracy Stevens and Laura Jasso and Annette and Jordan and Donna and Karima, Mark Burnett, Kaylee from Child Life, and all other volunteers and staff members of Hurley. Just a terrific group of people, and I was happy to be standing united with them and sitting alongside them at the phone banks. And my very first pledge on Thursday morning, it was about 6:15. Someone from Midland had called in and pledged $1,000, and I was I was happy to take that call. But I just kind of nonchalantly, it come to mind, it's like, are you absolutely sure this isn't a prank call? And he says, no, sir. So to the caller from Midland, I don't know if he is aware of this channel, but thank you, caller from Midland, for making that $1,000 pledge. It's very awesome. I want to also thank Mark Jacobson, Christine Winter, Kevin Goff, and J.R. Kurtek from ABC 12. First time that Christine Winter and I had actually been introduced to one another. Christine does the morning show on ABC 12 alongside Larry Elliott. She is a very, very nice lady. We watch her every morning, as a matter of fact. We had talked about, what it's like to be a cancer a cancer patient or a cancer warrior, because she was sitting next to Tim at Nash, and Nash FM, their radiothon was the Cure Kids Cancer Radiothon, and we had discussed, how horrific it is to be a family whose children is affected by childhood cancer. And I told her I'm a survivor, and it's quite the journey, and told her how long I've been off treatment, and I'm coming up on the 29th anniversary of my diagnosis date here in March on the 2nd. So, we had a very productive conversation, although it was during commercial break on Nash FM because she couldn't talk to me while, sitting next to Tim on the radio, because all the listeners would think, well, who is she talking to? Because she's not speaking to Tim. Oh, it's a guy that isn't on the radio. It's just a volunteer. But anywho, very wonderful people from ABC 12. And I want to thank all the families that I got to meet for the first time, and those who I got to see again, because I'm well known at Hurley, and a lot of the families know me. And we're very good friends. We're all a big group of friends, and I'm happy to be a part of that. And I want to thank the sponsors. Of course, we have to thank our sponsors. Mike Young, Buick GMC of Frankenmuth, Elga Credit Union, and Bennigan's. So thank you to our sponsors for being there, and or for sponsoring the event, rather. There were even some workers from Walmart who sat alongside me at the phone bank and helped take pledges, and it was a lot of fun. But most of all, like I said, we thank you, the donors, the people who called in. And I realize that when the snow, when there's a snowstorm, nobody likes to drive in the snow, which means that if you're not in your car, you're not listening to your radio. And for about, I'd say, an hour, hour and a half, we hit a dry spot because nobody was calling in. And it's like, well, we know it's because of the winter storm. It affects travel. And luckily, you can also listen to 102.5 WIOG on the internet at WIOG.com. So even if you're not in your car, or if you're not able to make it out, you can still listen online. You can listen, of course, if you have a house stereo. But we know that it was the winter storm that it put a damper on people calling in, because, again, like I said, nobody likes to drive in the snow, and when you're not in your car, you're not listening to your radio.
How many power outages?
Well, the power outages there were a lot of accidents. US 23 in Fenton was shut down for about 2 or 3 hours because of a multiple car pileup, and there was one fatality reported from that. It was really hectic on Friday. And my thoughts go out to that family of that person who passed away in the accident. Power outages really weren't a problem. It was more or less the people who they didn't want to drive in the snow. They weren't able to get out. And Genesee County as a whole was shut down. The government agencies, they were telling people to stay off the roads. Well, I'm from Chesaning, and I had no choice but to not be on the road. I had to get back home. But it was a slow go for sure, and I spun all the way out until I got out onto 475, which is the expressway that it takes you right through downtown Flint. It was rough going, though. It was down to, I think, 1 or 2 lanes, and 475 is a 3-lane road, so it was tricky. But other than that, I had a wonderful time. I got to meet a little girl named Ava. She's a cancer warrior. She lives in Davison, and I got to talk to her parents. I was introduced with her mom and dad. And this summer, I've been invited. I don't know if it's at their house or at a park in Davison somewhere, but I've been invited to help participate in a fundraiser for Hurley. And I did get to talk to Ava. I posted a video where Mark Jacobson from ABC 12 had spoken with Ava. Ava was a little girl with the pink bow tie in her hair. That's the little girl that I had spoken with, and her parents are really super nice. And so I've been asked to come join them over the summer. I had given her mother my contact information, so she's got my cell phone number, she's got my mailing address and my email address, so she's got the contact information that she needs to get in touch with me when it comes time to do the fundraiser. So, and of course, the many families that already know who I am, and we've been acquainted previously in years past of different events with Hurley or the Children's Miracle Network as a whole. I got to see Jonathan Trantham again. Jonathan is a brain tumor warrior. I got to see Kelsey Manor, Caden Lewis. I got to see my little dancing buddy Dion. For those of you who probably aren't aware of this, I posted a video on my YouTube channel here of Dion. He was selling popcorn. Dion, his dad Mo, Mo's a really nice guy. Every time we meet up, we shake hands and, hey, how you doing? And it's like long lost friends. But his son Dion is also a Wilms tumor childhood cancer survivor. His birthday was on the 6th of February. Didn't know it. But I did get to wish him a happy belated birthday, and he is a little dancing machine. He's a little disco inferno. He was selling popcorn, and he says, I'll dance to get people to buy popcorn. And he just got out there, and he put one hand on his head and the other was, you know, doing the wave kind of thing, and he's doing this, and his dad just busted out laughing. I'm standing there laughing with him. It's like, oh, good grief, he doesn't care, you know. And I said, well, Dion, you know, why don't you dance and get people to buy popcorn? And his dad starts laughing and says, yeah, I know, don't encourage the child, right? But it was just really cool. It was really cool. I had a great time. I think those numbers are worth repeating. So I'm going to say it one more time. I mean, this is just, it's absolutely impressive. 102.5 WIOG raised a total of $57,860.83. And Nash 95.1 FM raised $35,735.83. For a grand total of $93,596.66. And I got to stand with Nate and April. They were holding up the check, and I was standing in between them. And like I said, at the end of this video, I'll post some pictures for you, and so you can check it out and see for yourselves. I got to go. Oh, and this is something else I want to make sure I get this out there. There was a contest where you would have to vote for the hospitals. Hurley took first place. They won $50,000 for a new, it's like a pediatric, it's where, like, for abused children, if they're sexually abused or just physically abused. There's a floor, and it's on the 11th floor. They're still remodeling, they're still renovating. I got to go on a tour of that. A very, very sweet friend of mine who is a staff member of Hurley, her name is Laura. She says, well, have you seen the 11th floor yet? What we're doing? I said, I haven't. And she says, well, come with me. So we get on the elevator, we shoot up to the 11th floor, she's showing me around, and it reminded me so much of the pediatric ward at Sparrow and Lansing, because the setup is almost exactly the same. It was like deja vu all over again. And it's like, wow, am I at Hurley or am I at Sparrow? You know, it was just identical almost. But it was an honor to get to check out the 11th. Like I said, though, they're still renovating. But it was an honor to be able to check out the 11th floor. And they still have to, you know, put furniture in some of the rooms. They have to get beds and fresh sheets and all that stuff. They still have a lot of work to do. But it was an honor to actually get a tour of the 11th floor long before, you know, that it was even completed. But I think they did have a ribbon cutting ceremony for the 11th floor. But I was really humbled and honored to have been there. So thank you, Laura. And of course, yeah, there was just lots of other great points between the 2 days, Thursday and Friday. April Rose from 102.5, she bought me a Pepsi, a 20 ounce. It's like, sweetie, you don't have to buy me a pop. Well, as it turns out, and I should probably mention this, April is also a cancer warrior. And, well, her and Nate, her husband Nate, they're both radio DJs, and they were talking on the radio about when you start chemo, there is no turning back. Once you start, you know, you can't, regardless if the weather's bad, you have to go. My dad can vouch for this. Whether if the weather was good or bad, I had to be at Sparrow.
You had to be there.
I had to go. I didn't have a choice. And mind you, we lived, you know, nowhere near Lansing. So we were about an hour and a half or so away from Lansing each and every time I had to go for my chemo. But I think I stayed at the hospital. Yeah. I was hospitalized, so we didn't really have to go back and forth other than for my checkups. My dad did. Excuse me, my dad did, because he worked at Thompson Boats, and I think I shared that story last week.
Yeah.
Because last week was World Cancer Day. So,
Anybody on there?
but April is a cancer warrior. She knows this journey as well as I do. And it was just very heartfelt and genuine listening. And she fought so hard to not get emotional, but I could see it in her eyes, because when she was talking on the radio, she was looking right at me, because I was sitting on an ottoman, which is, just kind of kitty corner from the table where they were doing the broadcasting. And she looked right at me when she was talking, and I'm just sitting there shaking my head, like, I know, because she talked to me like she was talking directly at me. But we understand each other on that level. And Nate was even looking at me when he was talking, and it's like, wow. Two of the nicest people I have ever had the pleasure of getting to meet, and we're really good friends now. So I'm friends with lots of people from TV and radio. And what you doing?
Going out and shovel the pork chop was all on it. Stop.
Oh, okay.
Clean it up a little bit.
He's gonna, until the snow piles it over again, because it's...
Yeah.
Hey, Jared, I got good news for you.
What's that?
You got another viewer that wants to view you on YouTube from Oregon.
Okay.
You know who she is.
Yeah, I know who she is. And my videos are public. These videos are public, so anybody can watch the videos.
She wants your channel.
It's Jared Fuller. Jered Fuller. Fuller. It's my name. I'm a person of simplicity. I like to keep things simple. But yeah, it's my channel name, and the profile picture's a bird, just like it was on Facebook.
Okay. I will send
Be
you
sure
all
to-
that later on. That, and when you post that video you're doing right now,
Yeah, on my YouTube channel. Yeah.
have it where you can share it, so
Yeah.
that I can share
Yeah,
it with
I'll
you,
let
please?
I'll let Dad know to share it when he gets on Facebook. So.
Okay.
But yeah, there's been quite a bit going on.
Dad's going to play in the snow.
My stepdad is currently in the hospital. I wanted to make sure I got that bit of information out there. He's currently in Owasso again at Memorial Healthcare. He couldn't keep anything down. He was vomiting and diarrhea and all that nasty stuff. He was spitting up blood.
It's a blood disease.
Huh?
Blood disease.
A blood disease. Yeah.
Blood, yeah.
Do we have any information on where he is?
We have what?
Owasso Memorial.
Well, I know that, but I mean, like, do we know what bed he's in or what floor he's on,
Yeah.
or?
I think it's on floor 2.
Okay.
Bed.
So is he on two? Is he on 2 North again?
Yeah, same one as on before.
Okay, he's on 2 North again. So, all right.
If anybody wants it.
Yeah, so he's in the hospital again. He's got a plethora of health problems. He's been dealing with health issues of any and all sorts that you could possibly imagine. Diverticulitis and God knows what else. I mean, he's just been thrown the kitchen sink with health problems, and I just feel bad for the guy. I hope to be able to go up there and see him sometime soon before he comes home. Because the last time he was in the hospital, my dad and I went to get him, and he was on oxygen, but it only lasted like 6 hours. So what good was that? I mean, for the time being, it was okay, but, after that, he's pretty much on his own. But I think he's got a CPAP machine.
Yeah, he's got that, and he's got the oxygen now.
Oh, okay. But even still, I mean, it's terrible. He's got a lot of health issues, so please keep him in your thoughts. And stupid hair. Keep him in your thoughts, and hopefully he'll be able to come home soon. Hopefully he gets better. but for a good many years, he's had health issues. Stupid hair in my eyes. But get better soon, Jimmy. I'll be up there to see you hopefully sometime soon. We got your truck, so we'll be there. We'll be there. But getting back to the Radiothon thing, I did. I had just a wonderful time. It was so much fun. And I don't know if they had the like radiothons or telethons when I was sick at Sparrow. They may have. I don't know. But in this new age of social media where it is so much easier to put everything out there, the support that the families get, that the kids get from all over the place, I mean all over the globe, it's just amazing the kind of support that people get. Now, when I was sick, of course, we didn't have Facebook and Twitter and social media. I don't even, we didn't have YouTube. I know that for a fact. We did not have YouTube. We definitely didn't have Google. We didn't have the internet. Not like now, anyway. I remember, when AOL was in its infancy, when it was in its prototypes. I'm dating myself. I know. I'll be 32 in July. But yes, when I was sick, it was an entirely different time. But I will say the support, now that we have social media, the support is really, really just out there now. So, because when I was sick, we were very secluded. Okay. We were very secluded, which means that we didn't have a large support system. We had some of our relatives, not all of them. We had our extended church family, which really wasn't a big church, and there weren't a lot of people. And we had our oncologists, of course, and, the medical staff who helped save my life, and they gave me my medicine, and they had given me my treatments. But it wasn't, people from out of state. Like, I didn't have support from Ohio, Wisconsin, Indiana, New York, the surrounding states, or even outside of the country. We didn't have that kind of support. So we were very secluded. And I think that's why one of the reasons I became an advocate in 2013 was because it was me reintroducing that part of my life back into a much bigger community and offering my education and my knowing and understanding of this disease. And I was able to reintroduce that on a much larger scale of people, and not just certain people who already knew. And of course, friends that, there's people out there who pretend that they know and they have not the first clue. But education, now that we have Google, education is very important. Education is key. And we really need to keep people educated and informed about pediatric cancer. One second here. I got to mute this television. Where's the remote at? One second, guys. I got to mute this television here. There it is. There's the remote. Okay, I'm back. But education is very important. And, there's even someone out there who is making the claim that, well, he pretends that he still has cancer. He's acting like he's still got cancer. No, actually I'm not. I'm just reintroducing how it was. Because you don't forget the things that affect you. Now, a lot of people at the Radiothon were asking me, well, do you remember anything from your battle? Honestly, no, I don't. I don't remember getting poked with needles or getting chemo. I don't remember being accessed. I don't remember any of that stuff. But I do remember things, in a couple of instances, actually. I remember being in Sparrow's playroom, and, you know, the fuzzy dice that you would hang from the rear view mirror of your car. I remember holding it and just looking at it, just kind of checking it out. And that's it. I remember, and I think I mentioned this last week, sitting in it was a dark room, and there was a box of Uncle Ben's rice on a sink with a light shining down on it. And that's all I remember. And I remember a tube coming out of my chest when I was sitting on Mom's lap at Dr. Forsythe's office in Chesaning. But I don't remember any. I remember the checkups. I remember the ultrasounds, the labs. God, do I remember the labs? Just everything, the EKGs, the whole 9 yards. I remember the reflex hammers. I remember the tongue depressors and the otoscopes, and I remember all that stuff. It was it ties in corroboration with my battle. So for people to say that I have no emotional appeal to this, well, I do. I do. Whether or not I can remember any of it is irrelevant, because it happened. Just because I don't remember it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. I would expect better of people, or I would at least expect people to think better, but they don't. They say, well, you know, Jared's pretending as if he still has the cancer. Well, I've never one time pretended that I didn't have it. So, you get people like that, they just don't know what they're talking about. But I do. But anyway, guys, yeah, Radiothon was just, it was really, really cool. It was really awesome. And I think, you know, because there's people who, when they called in, I've had a lot of people, quite a few callers, say, I'm sorry that it's not much, that I don't have much more to offer. And my response to that is, the amount of money that you donate, whether it's a small amount, a large amount, it doesn't matter, because it all adds up. Every penny goes to the children. It stays at Hurley or the hospital that's doing the radiothon or the telethon, depending on the event. And I always like to add that it's not the size of your wallet, it's the size of your heart. And if you have a big heart, that's the generosity that comes from your big heart is plenty. The dollar amount is irrelevant. It's the size of your heart. So please don't think that, oh, I was only able to donate $5 or $10. I know it's not enough. Every amount matters. Even if it's $1, it matters. So please don't think that your pledge wasn't significant or sufficient enough. It certainly was. I mean, when you come up with a figure like, I don't know, 57,000 or 35,000, you had part to do with that. And the grand total being nearly $94,000. You had part to do with that. So please do not think that your small, what you would view as a small amount. That means everything. That is the world to these children. Please don't think that it's not sufficient. It is. It is. It certainly is, peeps. It was a wonderful time, though. I'm looking forward to going back, for future events with Hurley. I'm hoping to get involved in some events with Sparrow. Sparrow has an event coming up on April 20th. It is called Day of Miracles. And that's a telethon. That's not on the radio. That's going to be televised on WILX, which is a Lansing television station. I'm just waiting for the call. I'm hoping they call me. And because I want to go back. I want to go to Lansing, and I want to volunteer my time there. I think that'd be wonderful. That'd be great. But yeah, there's quite a bit going on lately. And I got a very beautiful postcard. It was a thank you card from Mateo in California. I got to share this. This is my little warrior brother, Mateo, flexing his muscles. Because he is one tough dude. He is a strong warrior. We love Mateo. I know I certainly do. I certainly love this big guy here. He's a strong little fella. You get it taken care of?
Yep.
And this postcard, this thank you card from Mateo, he says, Thank you for your love and support. Thank you for your amazing letter. Thank you for my adorable shirt. I love it. Thank you for being by my side. Love, Mateo and Codas. Your story is beyond encouraging. We are so happy you are still cancer-free. And I am so happy to be cancer-free. I'm very grateful, although the survivor guilt is always there, and it's buzzing around up here. Mateo, thank you. Mwah. I love you, warrior. You're such a good boy. And I'm so glad that you love your shirt. I still send out the bird shirts every so often when I've got a little extra money in my pocket. And the generous folks in Chesaning, they had given me a discount because they know that what I do is for the children with cancer, and they were very kind enough to say, from now on, you pay this amount, you're not paying full price anymore. So thank you, Designs by Bean in Chesaning. That is a wonderful gesture, and I am grateful forever and always for the work that you do for making the shirts, for making it possible. I mean, there were people who were even wanting to send me money to buy a shirt, to pay to have a shirt made. My thing is that when I started out having the bird shirts made, this was coming out of my pocket. I never one time asked for $1, not 1 red cent from anybody. I paid to have the shirts made. I paid to have the shirts sent. I pay for the postage, everything. That's coming from Jer Bear. That's coming from me. And that's for my warriors, my brothers and sisters. I'm not asking for refunds. I'm not asking you to send money. I'm not asking you for anything. I'm not even going to demand a refund from the one mother who thought she would be so wise and so smart to shred up her daughter's bird shirt and send it back to me in the same envelope in which the shirt was sent. I'm not gonna demand a refund from her because her ignorance pretty much pays for that on its own. So, I mean, you would be so hateful or disgusting in your own mind to destroy a gift that I had made for your daughter. That rests with you, right? That rests with her.
Yeah.
It's just a damn shame that you're taking from your daughter when I had a gift made for her.
Hurt the kids.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing.
Yeah.
Just the thought of somebody doing something that nice for my child, I'd be happy as heck. I'd be tickled pink.
Yep.
Just knowing somebody actually cares and wants to take time out of their time to do something for my child.
Yeah.
We
didn't have that kind of support when I was sick, did we? We didn't have people. Mom said that we had
people that would help us here.
I mean, the church helped us. I mean, they let us use their van.
Yeah.
And we always made sure that there was the same amount of gas. We made sure that the tank was filled. We never asked for anything. I don't think we ever did.
No.
We didn't ask for anything. But even still, I mean, the parent, and it's not that I'm not humbled that the parents of these warriors say, hey, we want to send money. We want to have one of these bird shirts. I love that. I love that you want to have a bird shirt. But that's, that's for me to take care of. I will pay for that. You've got enough to deal with your warriors. I mean, yeah, they're survivors, and we're good, on that. But that's my thing. That's my calling. I want to be the one to pay for all of that because you and your warriors mean so much to me. And I'm not disregarding them by saying I don't want you to send me money. That's not me disregarding. That's not me saying, well, I don't want your child to have a bird shirt. I certainly do want your child to have a bird shirt. But it's usually for, it's my thing to pay for that. And to make sure that everything is paid for, the postage, and I take down the information, the size of the shirt, the address on where to send it. And as a matter of fact, I want to have either a bird shirt made for a sister named Sadie, or what I would like to do, because she does a lot of charity work for the other warriors. The Sadie Keller Foundation, for those of you who may have heard of those. I either want to have a bird shirt made for Sadie, or I want to have a customized Christmas bulb made with Sadie's name on it and with gold ribbons. I want to have that made at Bronner's. So what are you doing?
I got to go get some gas in Jimmy's truck.
Okay.
I'm going to keep gas in it. I told him I'd keep gas in it if I use it. So.
Were we going to Owasso today?
No. Now I'm trying to find out how the roads are.
He's got good tires.
But we might just go uptown today and get something, grab something off and dinner or something for us today, and hopefully the roads get better.
Okay.
I got to stop down at Jimmy's because I got to do.
So you going to Frank's?
I'm going to get gas right now to David Frank's, but I'll get talked. So.
Okay, well, be careful.
I will.
I know Jimmy's got good tires on his van, or on his truck, rather. He doesn't drive a van. What are these, Starburst? Yes, they are. They're Starburst. I like Starburst. But anyway, pretty much, that's my view on the bird shirts. I like to pay for them. But anywho, guys, there's really not much else to talk about. Hurley, thank you again for having me there. Thank you for everything. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your spectacular events. I'm just so humbled, and I'm so flattered that you would invite me to come back. That meant everything to me. And I'll be back. I'll be back again. Hurley, they have like the golf outings, and they have bowl-a-thon, and they have all this stuff. Or they have like the Hurley picnics and stuff. I don't go to those because of the fact that I think that that's more for those families who were actually treated at Hurley, and their children were treated at Hurley. That's more for the families. I'm at Hurley. I wasn't treated at Hurley. But when they have the radiothons and stuff like that, I'm there just for that. I'm not there for, well, look at me, aren't I cute? No, I'm there just to volunteer my time. and all that other extra stuff. I think that's more reserved for the families who are treated at Hurley. So yeah, it's been a busy past 3 days. And I found out that a warrior brother named Ryan has clear scans. He's NED. Yay! I love you, Ryan. He lives in Texas. And we keep in touch every so often. His mom will send me a text. Or I'll send her a text and say, "What up? How's my little bro?" But yeah, it's been a busy past few days. That's banana flavored, I think. Starburst. So while you're all sitting here watching me chew on Starburst, what's wrong? Who knows? Oh, Mateo. Sweet kid. Love him. What you doing, Scruff? What you doing, Scruff? It's my dog, Scruffy. Come here. Come here, Scruff. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. This is my dog, Scruffy. Yes. Yes, you're such a cutie, aren't you? Yeah. Oh, gosh. I love this puppy. Yeah. Aw. You're a good boy. Being good today? Oh, I love you too. I love you too, yes. But anyway, YouTube, that's about all there is to talk about this week. And I actually, there was something else I wanted to talk about before I go. Right now, go ahead. Hey, Bart. Hey, buddy. There was something else I wanted to talk about. There were a couple of warriors who passed away this week, or last week, rather. Okay, hold on, guys. Wait, stop. Stop. Quit it. Scruffy, leave him alone. There were a couple of warriors who passed away this past week. Two that I'm aware of, Rachel and Carson. And I just wanted to say that I send my love, my warmest of condolences. My heart goes out to the families. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you have to go through this. But cancer didn't win. They won. Rachel and Carson won. They didn't lose. They won. So, my love and condolences go out to their families. But, gals and gents, I am going to wrap this up. I know I haven't been on here for very long. There's some other things I got to get to. It is 1:45, rather. And I want to make sure I get this posted to my YouTube channel, and I'll have some pictures at the end of this. So check them out. I love you all. Hurley, thank you again so much. And one last time, because I have to do this. It's the 2018 Cares for Kids and Cure Kids Cancer Radiothon. 102.5 WIOG. $57,860.83. Nash 95.1 FM. $35,258.83. $735.83 for a grand total of $93,596.66. Nearly $94,000 going to the babies and the kids at the Hurley Children's Hospital. I was happy to have been there to volunteer my time. We are so grateful for those of you who called in and made pledges across mid-Michigan, and to my two very special friends who live out of state. One lives in Ohio, one lives in New York. I love you all so much. Thank you for calling in. And I thank all of you for watching another installment of the Sunday Video Updates. My name is Jared Fuller. Much love and take care, guys. Peace.